Okay, so I realized in part one, I didn't really explain this video. I didn't talk a lot during this for some reason. I think I was just stunned that I was out in public. But so this trip was really weird because we were actually there the first day of reopening of Disney World. And they only opened two parks. They opened Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. And the very first day, which is what you're about to see, is Animal Kingdom. And this is when they opened the park and they only allowed a limited amount of people. So we were originally going to stay at the All-Star, one of the All-Stars. I don't even remember which one. But we ended up lucking out and having this reservation for when they reopened, and we were one of the few that actually got in for the very first reopening. And so the video that you're about to see is our first day back during COVID in 2020. And let me first say, let me back up. We were going to stay at one of the All-Star resorts, but because of the limited capacity that they were having, they only were opening some of the resorts. But the bonus is you got upgraded. So that's why we were staying at Saratoga Springs instead of one of the All-Stars. And on top of that, when we got to the park for the first day, I wish I had videoed it, but as you were coming in, they had this red carpet and they were the cast members were lining up and clapping because they were just so happy to be back. And you'll see in this video that there's lots of moments where we are the only people in the park. And when I say we are like the only people, I think we were probably like the last people to leave the park. Now they only opened it at that time for a limited amount of hours. And I think it closed at like 4 or 5. So a lot of people had already left because they'd already kind of done everything. We didn't care. I'm telling you, it was amazing. We rode Pandora probably 5 or 6 times, which can never happen if you've ever been to the park. We rode the safaris twice. We were the only people in Starbucks, and then we sat at Starbucks while at Monsoon. But there are several times where you'll see us walking through the park in this video when there's no one around but us. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. It was, as a healthcare worker, a little terrifying for me because it was the first time I'd been out in public since the pandemic started. So yeah, we all wore masks. It was hot because it was in the middle of June, but it was amazing. And it like I said, once in a lifetime experience. There were a limited amount of restaurants open, so we did luck out getting a couple of reservations. There weren't any quick services open. You had to have reservations because they were only allowing so many people into the restaurants at one time. But it was amazing. I will say that this was before the pandemic really hit my community. I think everybody thought we were going to luck out. So after this, there would be a part 2 from our day in Magic Kingdom. And then after that, it was a while before I traveled again because, like I said, as a healthcare worker, 2020, 2021 kind of exploded and I didn't really go out after this. But this was a chance to be at Disney with no one around, and we took it. And I'm so glad that we did.
I'm that girl. Did you see her?
No, what did you do?
She was like this.
Yes.
hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
I know. Me too. So what do we think?
Insane.
Amazing. Totally legit.
Coolest ride ever, right?
Yes, definitely.
The way it breathes underneath you, did you feel
Yeah,
that?
how it like pushes
It was
on your
breathing.
legs.
And then
And the water sprays you.
the thing to me when it lands and like,
You can feel
it's
it.
just like riding a horse or something. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It feels just
My
like
hat flew off. grabbed
Did
the
it?
last minute.
Did it really?
Yeah, I was like,
my mask flew up and I was like, ooh.
probably could fight it.
This is cool.
Okay. Look at all the fish, though.
Yeah, wow. Holy cow.
He's like doing that cooking thing. That's like, I think that's how you train them, like cooking. You guys have questions about what he's doing?
Uh-huh.
What was that? Is it like a little cooker?
Yeah. He has different. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's precious.
Very cool.
Wow.
Don't like it?
Still don't like it.
Oh, I didn't. Freaking Haley out a little bit. Oh.
Uh-oh.
I don't like this.
Hello.
Haley, you're amazing.
You did good, Haley. That was so brave. Hello, John.
Running away, my way.
There is no one. No one.
Look here to the left, there's a great view of 3 lions hanging out on top of this Kopi rock.
This is the one we're opening. I think it's this. Sean, which one did you think? Sean thinks it's that, and you think it's the...
That or that.
Okay.
Probably that. Because of the tail.
Okay. I'm gonna open it.